Hey everyone, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pokemon Gold Turn 24, where we are playing Cameron the Photographer, God of Cyanwood City. Let's jump in the turn. So, no magic sites found, but you might notice something different here. We actually have Venna searching in Debrithia a second time, and that's because I went back and checked the event. I checked the mod inspector for the events for the assassinations and the finding of shiny Pokemon. I think last time I had said that I think the requirement was like 4 Earth, but it's not the same for every nation. So for this particular one, it's actually 2 Earth. So we had Venna search again, and we're gonna see how that actually turned out this turn. But first, there's a battle in the Mountains of Madness. Let's go ahead and see this. This should be the final stand of Viridian City, the AI version. And this shouldn't really be a final stand, so just gonna rush over them with the crushingness, and that should be about it. Hella, the Viridian City Green Commander. Hobbles. Nope, didn't make it. Okay, that is Viridian City, done. The road to Viridian City, God of Viridian City, has been permanently vanquished. At the end, he did not rule a single province, and he now has no one. Okay, so what actually happened when we site searched in Debrithia? Well, we managed to catch some shiny Pokemon. So basically, it's once you survive the assassination, if you have high enough magic paths, you site search the location again, and then you will just catch a rolled number of shiny Pokemon appropriate for your, well, not I don't think it's even always shiny. I'm not sure. In this particular scenario, maybe it is. But in this particular scenario, we're going to be picking up some Machops. So, unexpected event in Cyanwood City. Got tax collectors did a magnificent job and managed to tax hidden reserves of the local lords. Got some extra money, which is much appreciated. Shared some afflictions, got some more promotions, and that's pretty much it. So, over here in Debrithia, Venna got, looks like 11 shiny Machops. So these guys are pretty cool. They can, of course, evolve into shiny Machamps, which is good for us. We're going to do what we can to kind of get our hands on some of these. We're actually going to throw some on Guard Commander for Venna. But Venna's going to start site searching elsewhere now. We actually have this guy, Zephyron, who is dropping off a Machoke that he picked up. He's going to head out here to Debrithia and start doing stuff there. So we have a little bit of money now, and this is kind of our area, our nation, right? It's not too bad. We're starting to actually get our dominion spread here in Kunal and Viridian City. We're going to put up some province defense here. And then we're going to head back to Viridian City with the intent to patrol down all of this unrest, basically, and go from there. And then we are going to do some work up here. We're going to construct a lab. And we're going to start searching with, in the course of constructing this lab, we're going to get another 2 scouts, another 2 Ruby girls. And we're going to start trying to develop a little bit of a spy network. As we do that, of course, we have our... we got to get our Mage Core up, basically, so that we can keep researching well. We're going to finish Construction 5 this turn, and I think we're actually... I think we're going to be greedy. Because we are not really in any scenario right now, I think we're just going to rush Construction 6. And once we can get Construction 6 and we can do Lightless Lanterns, I think we're gonna turn this into a research ramp with Lightless Lanterns and Owl Quills on every freaking person we can possibly imagine. And we go from there, basically. Next turn, we will be able to drop down high schools in Cyanwood City, in Impassable Mountains, and probably in Viridian City. We're probably going to use Viridian City over here, Erd. We're going to use Erd as a Mareep factory, but we'll also probably recruit things like Diamond White Belts in Viridian City. Is it Diamond White Belts or is it the Fire White Belts? It might be the Fire White Belts. I did a little bit of research, and I think these guys might be some of the ones that we kind of go to as an aside. But we'll check that out for... And the reason being is because they are stealthy, whereas the other ones are not, right? And our Crush Girls are actually stealthy as well. So I'm looking to maybe see if we can't promote these guys up, right? And then elf some people with some Crush Girls. So that might be what we do over here in Viridian City. We might get a Mareep and elf factory going, basically. Okay, so what are we doing elsewise? We need to continue building... Need to continue recruiting... I think actually we take an opportunity to build some EV producers here. Wait, we don't have any 3s yet. We'll wait until we have some 3s, and then we'll do that. So we'll keep building Battle Girl Pearls over here. And then Chuck is heading back home to potentially... basically just to be on call for the armies. And then we are going to produce more of our fleet units and more Mareeps. I say that. Yeah, I wanna get a... How many do we have here? I want to get basically like 100 stack so that I can get them, and the reason being is so that I can get them up to final level, right? Get them up to these guys, basically. Is there anyone who is not? Okay, get them up to these guys, basically. Because, I don't know, they're just some of the best units that we have, basically. Especially with the Bless. So, once I get up to that point, we will probably chill out and focus more on other things. But until then... Okay, so we have a whole butt-ton of random stuff, so we're gonna try to focus on shinies first. We only got one shiny. This guy gonna... Yeah, this guy's gonna promote soon into a Charmeleon. That'll be cool. Oh, we already have one. So here's a Charmeleon. So we have Charmander with 8 health, right? And this is with the enlarge bonus, right? Scratch and Ember. And then Charmeleon loses Scratch and Ember, but gains Slash, which hits pretty hard. Fury Swipes, which has 3 attacks. And Flamethrower, which is just better than Ember. It's actually a ranged attack. It's just better. So that's cool. Any doubles in hit points, basically. Cool. And he has Berserk. That's actually really interesting. I didn't realize that the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard scenario gained Berserk. That's pretty cool. Okay. We're gonna just toss stuff in here. And everything else goes... we gotta level up on our, on Denithia, so she has a crazy amount of leadership now, which is cool. Anything else that we are doing right now? We're waiting for this guy to finish, and we're hoping that we get luckier on our randoms there, compared to this guy who was pretty trash. Pokeballs on him. Ball here. And I think we just keep moseying. I think this is probably a pretty, pretty meh turn, right? We're not really doing much of anything, but control. This guy can go out and start picking other stuff up. So the goal here is to eventually, so we don't need a commander in Impassable Mountains to ferry, right? We might if we double up recruitment here in Deberthia, in between these two areas, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So we don't for now, but we will need a commander in Erd to ferry, and we'll need a commander in Giant Spine to ferry. So, and that shouldn't be, I think we already have that. So that should be okay, so we have Abby with Og trying to find frickin' Violet City's capital. Violet City is massive, by the way. It's immense. Like if we go to the score graphs, provinces, Violet City is huge. We're here. We're not doing great, but we're not doing bad, right? We expanded okay-ish, and we won a first war against Viridian City, which got us another 5 provinces. That's pretty shit. That's pretty trash. But oh well. I've been in communication with Saffron. They're asking for assistance, but I honestly don't know what I'll do against the Onyxes, truth be told. I don't think I can manhandle them. Again, if we go back to... maybe I have a plan. I could start producing a fair chunk of swimmers, because I think... Score graphs, pretenders, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, these guys have susceptible to cold. So I could start doing, like... Frozen Heart? Is that what it's called? That's Falling Frost. It must not be in there. Alteration. Frozen Heart. Yeah. The Frozen Heart is armor negating, and it's 10 plus, increased by 2 for every level of the caster. But the big key there is that it's armor negating, right? So that, and it only costs 1 water. So if you have like a little retinue of 5 or 10 water casters, you can take something like this and burst it down pretty well, right? Because there's no real way for it to negate it. Is it a magic resist roll actually? Yeah, it's not a magic resist roll. It just goes straight through your armor. 100 precision. It's limited range, which is a little annoying, but as long as you have a screen that can hold for a little while, right? You just get a couple of water casters and boom, 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 boom. Hit the shit out of it, and it'll go down. As long as you have enough to to beat the regen on this thing, which is, in fairness, kind of crazy. Because so they don't have regen inherently, but I think Saffron has said that they have regen on their bless, right? Or they're like using regen items probably. But they regen a crap ton, right? A base of 24 per turn, and that's if they don't have anything else on top of that, is pretty crazy. But that being said, this is a relatively quick turn. Kind of sitting on some gems that I wish I wasn't sitting on. Kind of being super slow on site searching and other stuff. Actually, this whole game, right, is not a very optimal game, but I'm having fun with it. The mod is really enjoyable. It's very thematic. I just think there's a couple of tweaks that need to happen to kind of like work on the overall flow of it, because this feels much slower. And again, it might just be I've played a couple of games, a couple of solo games on this, just testing out the mod, and they've gone very differently. I think it's partially just that this map is atrociously poor as far as like income goes, so it's just really hard to get anything going. Turn 24, and we're scales. We're a scales nation, and or mostly scales nation, and we have 1,350 income, and we're not in the low end either. If we go to the income graph, we're second, right? Violet City, who has a crazy amount of provinces, is not higher than us. Pewter City is higher than us, and they have quite a few more provinces than we do, right? So it's kind of crazy how bad the income is. Anyways, that'll be it for now, and I will see you all next time. Peace.